Hey, good morning. My name is Jared. I host a daily live podcast where we discuss news and politics. And I think I'm just going to make a general statement here. I think Drake said no new friends. And when I say that, I'm aiming that at anyone courting an idea that is along the lines of debate a fascist, debate a racist. First of all, one of the things that I learned as someone who studies data and I'm a data analyst. I studied at Purdue University. Y'all that vote leftist or vote Democrat, you're supposed to be educated people that see and hear other people like military, college, right? Hey, the Cold War taught us that things like racism and white supremacy and Christian superiority and white nationalism, okay, are particularly attractive to stupid people that are easily brainwashed. And coming out of the Cold War, one of the things that we learned about was people that are brainwashed, the way that you, the way that you overcome brainwashing is by isolating the person that you believe is brainwashed and forcing them to feel the weight of their decisions. And that will break their brainwashing if they are to suffer the weight of their decisions. And this is based on data, science. And so I am of the thought process to block and exclude from your community building, which is what you're supposed to be doing in the wake of fascism. You're supposed to be building a community. And what I see, for example, from the Unfuck America tour, from the people with approximately zero fucking education going around debating fascists and racists. If there are 10 people at a table, 9 of them are Nazis, and the 10th one's not fist fighting 9 Nazis, there are 10 Nazis. If you're going to go sit across from a racist, across from a fascist, who at this point, still pro-Trump, I just want to tell you how fucking stupid that is. Okay? With math. Thank you, Purdue University. I just want you to know that a social media firm did an audit of Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and the entire cadre of people that are your oppressors, and found that like more than 80% of their followers were fake. Not nearly as popular as you'd have them believe. So I just want to make this very clear. If you're part of anything that is debating Charlie Kirk, just know he buys followers. He's not nearly as popular as his social media cred suggests. And you're just platforming a fascist, platforming a racist, and pushing their narrative and keeping it alive, instead of doing what the Cold War wrought. 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 These people that are pro-Trump still, these people that are pro-white or racist is what I would fucking call them, it's too late for them to change their minds. And it's time to isolate them, make them feel the weight of their decisions. No new friends. None. You notice I've had a daily live podcast where we discuss news and politics for over 6 months and have never had a guest. Why? Because one of the things that I've learned in my life is don't get to know people. Because once you find out enough about someone and you realize like, oh, they're a racist. Oh, they platform a racist. They platform fascism and they debate. And it's like, you know the difference between right and wrong, right? You know the difference between right and wrong, right? So guess what a debate isn't? It's right versus right. That's what a debate is. Correct versus correct. Well, this is correct versus this is correct, which is more correct, right? A debate is not right v wrong. I know that is a nuanced fucking thought process and that many of you will never understand. But in a true debate, it's not right v wrong. It's correct versus correct. So what you are doing, anyone out here that calls themselves progressive or left, if you're platforming fascism and racism, it's because you're attempting to empathize with your captor, with your oppressor. You're bowing to authoritarianism. I didn't write the book, I just read them. There's a difference between you and I is I'm actually applying the shit that I've learned. Read the fucking first paragraph of On Tyranny. On the first chapter, authoritarianism. Do not bend the knee, kiss the ring, lick the boot. And you motherfuckers might as well be out there shining their shoes saying, Massa, do you think my teeth are white enough to get off the plantation? And him say, keep shining my shoes, boy. That's what y'all are doing when you get out there with Charlie Kirk. So y'all might want to start listening to specifically people of color that will tell you if they're still racist today, there's no coming back from that. By platforming them, you further their brand. You're doing their work for them. What you should be doing is community building. And what they won't do is engage with protest, boycott, and strike because they're afraid it'll put them in danger and they have to make money. So they're grifting. You're being grifted because they aren't actually doing anything. And I just want to point out that a whole Unfuck America tour, y'all talked a lot helly shit about Donald Trump not becoming president and then didn't do a goddamn thing. And now you're just going around platforming fascists and racists. There. Guess you got to make a buck. Huh? Absolutely no scruples, no morals, no hindsight, no, not operating with hindsight, not consulting black people and saying, in the light of the arrival and the full-throated racism that we're absolutely experiencing right now, should we be platforming them? Is that not dangerous? Or are we trying to draw attention to dunking on Charlie Kirk, you cucks? He's fucking your wife. Cool story, bro.